What's up everyone? So I got some pretty good feedback on the last video. I've decided to make this somewhat of a series. I'll cover whatever comes to mind, or what you suggest in the comments. You know, like Vietnam War, Iraq War, whatever is on the Ravenfield workshop that I can find, I will cover it. Alright, well, here's a short history of the FALLSCHIRMJÄGER. Now, I am not an expert, I will get things wrong. This is simply meant to be a brief overview for those unfamiliar with these troops. Unlike the traditional branches of the military, the German FALLSCHIRMJÄGER's roots started and developed quickly, as the very concept of parachuting soldiers into combat was barely as old as the aeroplane itself. FALLSCHIRMJÄGER regiments did not even exist until 1935, when Hermann Göring reorganized his specialist police units into the first airborne branch of the German military. Even then, the first active regiment was not formed until 1938. Once they were deployed, though, they proved effective in the early European theatre, aiding the takeover of Poland, Holland, Norway and Belgium. However, once the successful invasion of Crete occurred, airborne deployment was abolished by Hitler. This was due to heavy losses on their part at the hands of the hazardous Cretan environments and the equally hazardous Cretan civilians. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the Greek military, aided by volunteers as well as New Zealand troops, managed to repel the invading Axis until they ran out of ammunition. While in this instance the defence fell on the 27th of May 1941, it still warranted a total stoppage of major airborne operations. After this, they were used as specialised infantry alongside the regular German military, and proved effective in the Eastern and African theatres. Most famously, their usage in the Gran Sasso raid in 1943 to rescue Benito Mussolini was almost entirely bloodless. By the time of the Battle of the Bulge in December 1944, their operations were significantly hampered by rust training and lack of experience, leading to the failure of Operation Stossa, a plan to pave the way for SS troops to break through strategic crossroads. They surrendered with the rest of the German military in 1945. Regarding their uniforms and equipment, almost everything they received differed to that of the other branches. The most noticeable difference in terms of firearms was the FG-42, a select-fire battle rifle, in modern terms, that being an automatic or select-fire weapon that fires a fully powered round, with a side-mounted magazine. Only around 7,000 were ever built, yet their 750 to 900 rounds per minute rate of fire gave them a devastating combat potential, if not for their small 20-round magazines. Their tunic, or Fliegerbluse, featured a much simpler design than that of their non-airborne counterparts, and consisted of Luftwaffe blue wool. A pair of jump trousers in field grey featured a pair of canvas stirrups or ties to help keep them tight to the legs and in the boots. In hotter climates such as the African, Italian and Mediterranean theatres, large baggy canvas DAC yellow trousers were also seen. The boots had two variants, that being the 1937 first pattern with side laces and the 1939 second pattern models pictured on screen, with a more conventional boot design. Over their wool uniform they wore a jump smock, which were issued in a variety of hair camouflage patterns throughout the war. See it shown on screen. As well as this, a unique M38 helmet was worn. A simplified version of the regular Y-straps were used to uphold their equipment belt, and rifle bandoliers were available for the Kar-98 and FG-42 stripper clips / magazines, respectively. In airborne jumps, FALLSCHIRMJÄGER would usually drop with just a pistol or a knife, with their main weaponry coming down in large cylindrical canisters. This presented them with the risk of equipment being lost, damaged or captured by the enemy before they could reach it. In their role as specialised infantry following the Cretan issue, they carried all the normal firearms and field gear other branches had, aside from the dyeing of their canteen covers, bread bags and sometimes MP40 pouches in Luftwaffe blue. A gas mask bag was also used. FALLSCHIRMJÄGER saw service in almost every theatre of the war and were regarded as well-trained and deadly troops. As always, if I've left anything out, please let us know in the comments down below. As I say, I'm no expert. For now, please enjoy this modded Ravenfield FALLSCHIRMJÄGER gameplay. All mods used will be linked in the description. Alright? Ta-ra then.